Hello everyone, I'm Emma, and I'm your storyteller for today. Tonight's chapter is called Super Trunky the Elephant, and this is Chapter 8. As they journeyed along, Trunky asked if either of his friends knew where the path they were on was headed. He was starting to feel a little homesick again, and by now he missed his mum. "Will we find out about portholes this way?" he said.
"We have to trust your instincts," said Trolly. "They told you this is the way, so this is the way."
But before Trunky could ponder on any of this much further, they turned the corner only to discover a sight that took his breath away. No matter how far he looked or in which direction, all Trunky could see were deserts as far as his eyes would focus. "Where are we?" he exclaimed, "and where is this?" He was so excited. He'd never seen anything quite like it, and he wasn't sure, even if he'd dreamed it, he'd have imagined it as wonderful as this. There were ice creams and sundaes, ice lollies and gateaux, crepes and waffles, jellies and cakes. Nearest to them was a giant glass, and inside it were enormous strawberries and huge white puffs of whipped cream. The cream looked like fluffy white clouds perched on top of a strawberry heaven. As they moved further along, they saw a black forest gateau. This was similarly sized, and the sides were covered in chocolate shavings, but each shaving was big enough to be a raft for any of them, and the cherries on top looked like giant purple igloos as the light shone through them from above. As they continued further, they saw what looked like a giant chocolate fountain in the distance, and they could see shapes appearing to shoot out from the top and then make their way down as if riding the chocolate waves. "Wow," said Trunky, once he'd finally got his breath back. "That looks awesome. I want to go there," and he pointed at the fountain.
"We have to be careful," said Dino cautiously. "All is not always quite as it seems here."
And as if something had heard him say it, there was a trembling and a shaking, and the ground beneath them began to tremble. Large crumbs started dropping from above, but instead of being small crumbs like breadcrumbs, these were massive, and each crumb that fell was the size of an adult male elephant, easily bigger than a car. They ran to seek shelter, but run where? They weren't sure what was happening, and they didn't know where would be safe. They decided to tuck in tight to the gateau they were nearest and hoped they could hide and remain hidden from whatever it was, and they would wait for the danger to pass. There came an almighty rumbling sound, but they couldn't see what was happening from their hiding place. Then, as suddenly as it started, it seemed to stop. The three friends looked at one another in a stunned silence. Had the danger passed, and was it safe to come out? That's the end of tonight's chapter. Night night. See you soon. Sleep tight.